Welcome back to VCT Americas, and oh boy, what a game we were just treated to. Map 1 goes to Sentinels, 13-11. 100 Thieves certainly making that one a competitive one as we get ready for a split. Of course, I'm Golden Boy alongside with Brendan Mimi, but let's go ahead and break down that first game because it was awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. First and foremost, though, let's actually dive into, the map holistically, like everything as a whole here, because I think there were so many swings. Doug and Bala were talking about it. So many swings, Mimi, throughout the game. It was very clear these two teams are just trying to knock each other out.
Yeah, we asked the question, what are these teams' identities heading into this match? And I think map number 1 was a sample. For both these teams, it was kind of a return to comfort in the compositions. For Sentinel, it was this double duelist comp running both Zekken and Tens on their comfort roles and swapping Pancata over to the Killjoy. And for 100 Thieves as well, it was putting Cryo onto the Jet that he's known for.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw examples as well where that was really working out in particular. I think for 100 Thieves, and they were really leveraging the fact that Cryo was on that comfort role of the Jet. This was a great round here to showcase it because it was a bonus round strategy from them. The south side crunches they were doing so often into these retakes. And early on in that second half, this was working out so damn well. They won multiple rounds in a row from these retakes, but it was ultimately Sentinels who came back with the adaptations that ended up working out for them. I love that we caught that as well. I mean, Def just absolutely just getting rolled by the servers there.
Getting microwaved.
Yeah, but there were adaptations being shown off the back of it, but it was looking entirely in the side of 100 Thieves, really leveraging what we were talking about earlier with Cryo being put into that position where he could take names, being that spearhead for the team.
Yeah, the defensive side of 100 Thieves started by being defined by their retakes. With those south side takes, they were able to just orb max and constantly have an ultimate online to win in these post plants, but then they changed things up. Sen started realizing that 100 Thieves was taking that space, so 100 Thieves instead went for more of these full kind of retake plays. This one was a heavy stack towards B off the rip, but when they attempt to go for their retake here, they're completely funneling from spawn to try and get this better Killjoy lockdown positioning, and they get utterly pinched by Sentinels. I think this was a great adaptation by Sen to realize that, hey, they're always going for these early gamuts to take space. We need to shut that down, and then when 100 Thieves does make that change to play more passive, to dedicate towards those retakes, they have the right setup to counter that.
Yeah, worked out massively. On Fracture, you can't really give up, I think, so many avenues for either main drop, whatever, if you're trying to retake on the A side as well. If you give up that space and the attackers end up taking it in their post plans, it is really, really rough. And that realization by Sentinels was just so good in the second half. You're seeing two teams really pushing themselves to the limits here, I think, and it's really just fantastic to watch. It's not just a clout match in name. Really, the teams are actually looking really
living up to it. Living up to it.
Yeah, and I think as well, you can kind of see the contrast there between what we saw at lock-in from Sentinels, where in that game versus Fnatic that they played, I felt like they really struggled with the way their opponent was playing retake. Here, they were able to change that up, which is a big improvement for them.
All right, well, guys, you know how we do this. Before we get into map 2, let's actually have a little pregame warm-up in our AIM Lab shoot-around right now. And, of course, we're watching the one and only Tens, because Mimi heckin' loves Tens. She has told me many times.
That is true. I do indeed heckin' love Tens. And what I heckin' loved, I guess, from this team in map number 1 is that they're giving him his Jet. They're letting him play on the role where he can pop off, and he absolutely did in that first map.
Yeah, he absolutely did. But the question is, does that continue heading into the next map? Because that's going to be split. And we do actually have some prior info because it was one of the 2 maps that Sentinels ended up playing at lock-in. The centerpiece of a lot of criticism, honestly, as well. I think the fans were expecting Tens to be in that heavy hitter duelist role, and he ended up playing the Sage for them back at lock-in on split itself. I didn't think his Sage was particularly bad, actually. I thought it was more the general game plan of Sentinels that was a bit amiss. I wouldn't be upset to see them run a similar comp as well moving into split, but that is the big question again, is do they want to continue with the double duelist? Do they continue want to be leveraging that? Because the double duelist has seen a lot of play recently across all regions, not just that as well. A lot of teams seeing a lot of success with it, even on split.
I think this would be the map where if you want to continue this double duelist idea, it's great. We saw Loud, Fracture, and Split were the 2 maps at lock-in where they were playing these double duelist compositions. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that change up for the side of Sentinels. But for 100 Thieves, there's tons of questions, because since Split has been reintroduced to this map pool, they're yet to play it. We don't know what to expect from this squad with Cryo in the mix.
Yeah, a lot of question marks, right? For sure, as we get ready for this next game here, you can see if you're just joining us, you missed a great matchup. Definitely go back in the VOD and check that one out. 13-11, Sentinels pick up a massive win that this team, I think, really needed it. I think they needed that win. I think they needed that win, because sure, LTI was one event, but going to lock-in, lose to the team that ends up winning the whole dang thing. You lost 2-0. It wasn't great. I think that this team, Brent, really were seeking out that first victory. So to get it must feel so sweet.
Yeah, the fans definitely were, but God, the amount of pressure they must have been feeling heading into this series. So they got over the first initial hurdle, which was that initial map, but I'm really just interested in terms of what they're going to be playing as well heading into Split.
I wonder if we're going to get double duelists versus double duelists. I think there's a chance, because Asana's raise is comfortable. If they want to continue to lean into Cryo on that jet, maybe they do it. But a change for Sentinels already. They're actually locking in the Sage on Sassy this time. Another change off his normal role of being that flash initiator.
And they are putting TenZ in that power position of him playing that jet for them as well. I was wondering if they were going to be leaning into it. Def's still playing that Astra as well. He loves to, you know, play a lot of a lurking playstyle actually from Def, which is quite counterable, I think, if 100 Thieves have done their homework. It might explain why they've taken him to this map as well, because Def loves to lurk down mid as like an Astra as well when he's calling his attack sides. It has been exploitable in the past. I wonder if 100 Thieves are reading into that.
It looks like this might actually be a no duelist comp from Sentinels coming out, or excuse me, it was actually that switch already with him playing on Jet. But yeah, it will be the double controller composition instead. I feel like on this map, you either need the Viper or the Cypher on your attacking side to pressure those lurks towards A ramp. Both these teams go in a different direction to that solution, but really it is similar comps, just the raise for the Jet. And I think that's more an idea of comfort versus building around that agent. Obviously, TenZ loves his Jet. Asana, the raise is a role he's known for as well.
And I gotta say, I actually really do like 100 Thieves comp. If they put the game in the game time into it, I think having that Cypher, you can use the cam for a lot of set plays with the raise nades, the pulls, and the flashes as well. If they've done their homework, they could come out swinging with some really good set strategies.
All right, folks. Well, let's go ahead and find out if this clout match can actually go the distance. Come on, Arena. Go ahead and make some noise. And we're going to send it back over to your casters. It's Doug and Bala.
Thank you, Golden Boy. There's a whole lot to talk about. You got Split, you've got different compositions, we've got the conversation around Jet versus Raze on Split and kind of what feels better, what do you prefer? I mean, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things to talk about. I'm just looking at the Sentinels composition, I'm thinking, okay, going back to the old thing that was always plaguing them. TenZ back on Jet here, they're not even going for the Raze for Zekin. That was actually kind of the switch. So we'll see if it's actually going to net anything of value here. I think the Jet definitely has some value here when you're getting an op as good as TenZ out there on the field, but you can see so many instances of that getting countered, of that playstyle getting neutered by a slow approach and especially by a double controller comp. That's not what's actually coming out from 100 Thieves though. They're going a lot more standard, and we have the classic Asana raise too.
Just a few moments away from starting this one off. 100 Thieves on the attacking side, and it's going to be heavy towards A. Look at that 5-stack. Using the cage to get across, establish some heaven control. It's going to be a whole lot of pressure on my guy.
Walled off ropes already too. Barreling through onto the site. Mentioned pressure up there, He's just off the site.
Yeah.
But 100 Thieves has gained so much. It's not just the inside, it's not just this plant. They've got a heaven plant, and they've also got so much room up here in tower.
And it's just going to be so miserable to try to clear it out. I think Cryo has to be really big here to provide some cover for his team. And he does get one. Sassy dancing just on the other side of the wall, trades it right back.
They've got to keep the pace up though, because this post plan is so hard from 100 Thieves.
Oh, and look at Cryo, cheeky little spot. Will he be cleared? I don't know that he will. Oh, he will. Oh gosh. Goomba stomps him all the way to the round. Asuna trading it back. 1v2.
F's got a grab well also on the spike.
One enemy remaining.
He's gotten it to a 1v1, but there's just not enough time, I don't think. Yeah.
Not even close. Bren was just talking about how we have Def going back to the controller on this side, on the side of Sentinels, and then Bang here as well. Just very, very lurky. That approach that you can have on this map is so key. And all that space that 100 Thieves gained, yes, Sentinels was able to crack through it, but there's so many layers you have to get through. The final one is just too much.
Able to invest the Phantom into the hands of Bang as well, which can be both very helpful or potentially dangerous if you drop it.
Not much on the side of Sentinels. Just a sheriff from Sassy. And they did get actually a Trailblazer from Zekin. See how they choose to use that, if they will, or if he's just buying it for future and maybe can use it in this round if they actually want to go for something.
Okay, looked like it was just a little late, but it is going to push him off. Now Austin is stuck in the gravity well himself. Tens procs the dash. I thought he was going to be patient, but it's actually Second who's just beneath too. Again, you see that duo setup so effective, but Cryo able to trade it back out.
Oh my god.
No shot.
Last player standing.
He's going to get cleared from Stellar here, actually putting his trip out.
That could have been cool. But either way, 100 Thieves able to get the second. Cryo with 3 on the round. 3 points away now from having that res online.
I'm betting Saucy's just in the same position he is. With the pistol round that he had and the one tat that he got as well in mid. Credit to both the Astra players on this map so far. Both Def and Bang got some really good gravity wells off in that one. I think the pace that 100 Thieves has shown both on Fracture and now at the beginning of this map too is definitely not what you're used to from this team. You're used to slow, methodical, mid-round calling, decision-making from... Ooh. It ducked back under sewers to dodge the flash there. And Asuna just pokes his head into it anyways.
Really cool setup. Again, 100 Thieves using the cage as cover.
Bring up.
Bang staying behind, provides some util. The wall goes up. Second able to drop Asuna. How much more can he find? A second spam through as Bang falls. Cryo, the sprays ultimately lands. Better late than never. Because it's a 4v3 here in favor of Sentinels.
Saucy worried about them dropping down after he breaks the wall on them, so.
Yeah, this is such a weird spot for 100 Thieves to be in because they have Heaven control and they're starting to clear out some ropes, but they don't have A. They can't easily funnel out because you've got Pancales who's still there.
And he did refuel his orb too, so coming out through main here is going to be very difficult.
I mean, they've almost got him boxed in. What do they do from here?
Pancata's really worried about somebody getting through death into screams there, so he's putting himself in a position that makes it really tough.
30 seconds left.
Opts to take that fight. Site control is theirs. You've got Stellar in a cheeky little position. Spike still not planted. They're being patient. The gravity well may have Derek in trouble. Tens from up top, up in heaven. Not able to find anything. They delay to try to establish control, and it's just not enough.
I need to stop.
That's a big round from the initial hold on A main out of second. Up in tower too, then falling back. And you can see that tower push that we saw on Pistol and just then this round as well. The bonus from 100 Thieves just trying to wall off ropes. How much? They're not really fighting in heaven at that current time. They've got to have their players in front of that. They've got to have Asuna in front of that so he could actually hold the angles for the utility to come down. Opting to fall back into a more traditional default here. With some mid presence shown and then actually falling over into B.
We haven't seen a lot here. Tens and Def both close by. Gravity on Tens being patient here, not taking the bait, not choosing to swing out.
Now they've got this res up. They can go for a lot more greedy picks.
All right.
Not Tens' side, but he goes for it anyways.
There's the res. And Tens ultimately falls. Saucy able to trade one out through the smoke.
After all that, though, not so much space gained from 100 Thieves. In fact, they've used their wall. And it's been a pivotal part of every single hit that they've had so far.
Try to establish some mid-control while the spike remains in garage.
That wall went up late in the round, too, so.
Yeah. It'll be there for some. You see the pre-fire. Zekin has to back up.
Ooh. Risky business there from Zekin, too. There could have been a player up on top of ramps. Oh, Cryo. And Derek gonna work out of B main.
But you mentioned the wall from earlier, not there anymore, so they have to be a bit more cautious, a bit more trepidatious on how they decide to go about this. Saucy's able to hold the line with 3-4 on the round. No idea that the ace was just around the corner. Ultimately, his punish. Bang swings out and falls. We're tied at 2.
The idea there for 100 Thieves to fall back into mid and maybe find a pick through that was okay, but immediately getting denied by the wall, not recognizing how late Saucy's putting it on. Gotta get more out from this defense.
Ultimate is ready.
And Sassy, who, you know,
One enemy.
him and Pekata were kind of the heroes of that Fracture game in towards the end, but both of them were not having the best of games. Both of them were having struggles adapting to how 100 Thieves was playing. They were literally letting Tens and Zekin kind of go for it.
Full mid control established by 100 Thieves, and you take a look at their guns very quickly. It's 2 Stingers and pistols. You mentioned too, you see that far back wall from Sassy. That's so much, it's going to be very difficult to deal with. It seems like they've pinged it out, so they have a good idea of where it is. But you have to get so far up just to have knowledge, just to have info that the wall's there to begin with.
Well, one thing with how far back it is sometimes you don't really have to deal with it. Right? You get ropes control and you're happy to go towards A.
Yeah, you choose to go elsewhere.
If you want to be hitting this B side, you do have to. Especially if you're not going to be able to get out of B main with a raw execute.
But you see the meticulous mannerisms from 100 Thieves. They go up, they clear the wall out just to provide doubt, just to give the slightest hint of possibility that that's where they want to end up. But of course, they go the unconventional way. They don't go into mail, they don't go through ropes, they go through sewers.
And you've got 3 players here. So once again, Sentinels coming up with some good reads. Pankata's
30 seconds left.
still got his orb down on the bottom of A main, which does give them room to kind of walk out into this position where Zekin is on top of right now, but also gives the room for him to pivot.
How the heck is he still alive? Surely they know where he is now, but he's got help! The cavalry has arrived!
That orb is just so good from Pankata.
10 seconds left.
Derek clean with it for the first. That's all it's going to be. Sentinels take the lead back. How Zekin even stays alive to the end of the round is just mind-numbing.
I mean, that's 2 times as well that he gets away from like positions similar to that just by dropping down and playing behind the orb. And that's not one you normally have, right? Normally you're relying on like a astral smoke from that, but the Viper orb actually gaining a little space there on the backside of that flower pot. What it does lose is the Viper orb in mid, right? That actually buffers and gives you more on this wall. That 100 Thieves is kind of cheating through. So if they can recognize that, then maybe there's room to really start to punish that wall and really start to split on this map.
Wisdom out of 100 Thieves to open the round. That's slower, right? Where Dens is peeking, and what a shot from Cryo.
And he's got to continue to come alive. Fracture definitely was a little rough for him in his first bout against Tens ever.
Your duty is not over.
If they get him back up, they give up the space. Remember how this was happening on Fracture over and over.
They know there are at least 2 on that side. You hear the showstopper used, the Cosmic Divide also through. As Asuna has fully cleared the site.
Pankata's out behind the wall too.
This could be troublesome.
A.
But Tens finds one with the op. The Cosmic Divide tried keeping him back, but they've cleared past it at this point. It's just 2 left on the side of 100 Thieves, and Asuna and Stellar. And the spike is in heaven. I mean, they can fully surround it. They've got smokes, they've got walls, they have personnel, they have everything. It's Secret Service for this thing. This just seems so impossible.
I mean, it is. There's still more utility here from Sentinels. There's none for 100 Thieves. I mean, even getting the op here is just enough.
1 enemy remaining.
Interesting here that they choose to continue to fight for this. Tens gets 2 with the op at the end, and the economy for 100 Thieves is bad.
I mean, I think I understand the reasoning why 100 Thieves goes quickly back towards the other side of the map through ropes there after getting that kill on Tens, but giving up that space while Rez is up and how flexible Sassy has been with his positioning. That one hurts, and then Asuna as well didn't clear really any of the important spots. I mean, that's overstating that a lot. But the spots that 100 Thieves were in, it's easy for me to say with the radar. He gets them up through heaven, but can't find Pankata on the site. And nobody's able to clear Zekin there either. It's the orb in mid this time. Yeah, they swapped it over. And I think it's a perfect time to do this. It should be when 100 Thieves starts to really understand, okay, that mid orb's not there. We have more free space. They just went through ropes. So Pankata's switching it up.
3 Stingers here on the attacking side as well. Oh, try turning the flash. He has really no choice but to sit and wait, pray, and hope that he does not get cleared, and he does.
I turned it like it was a KO flash. Like instant pop, but no. Actually delayed that.
Just enough.
Derek is throwing that all the way up into where it will clear a little bit of ropes too, so that's why it was delayed a little bit. And so they got a phantom off of that, but still with 50 seconds breaking this wall now, that's giving up the info. TenZ is here on that site.
Yeah, and Stellar's back in spawn. Concerned that they've pushed in through garage. He's got to be more cautious about how he goes about this. It looks like they're going to end up being. It's going to be into the hop of TenZ, as you mentioned. A deep wall here to cut off any rotations. They're going to try to satchel out. The first op shot misses as TenZ repositions. And they've managed to get the spike down. The thing is here, like, oh, they're going to have to clear out that wall, which they do. Seeker traded in kind.
They got the information about the player in Mel, though.
Austin are playing down low. TenZ, they just swarm him, they overwhelm him, and they drop him. What can Def find from up in heaven? 4v3 here. Derek has been the one who picked up the op. Stinger sings again as Bang finds another. There's Austin with the kill. It's all on to second, and he's not going to be able to pull it off. A thrifty round for Sentinels as they take the lead. Or for 100 Thieves, excuse me.
There was definitely an opportunity there once the players pushed onto TenZ, where they had a timing to push out of heaven, but all that time, Cryo was just lurking outside of Mail. Remember I said the flash did spot him, or the Secret did spot him. And so they're so concerned about that that they don't abuse the timing of the guys pushing into spawn. And 100 Thieves has really started to roll with the idea of getting in through mid, and I think Pancata as well. Not comfortable in that ropes position. Him losing early that fight gave them way too much room.
Top in the middle of the map this time around while 100 Thieves test the waters A.
That cage missed from Stellar.
Yeah.
So they actually have full information about what cross right now. Pancata's just looking at it.
And I don't know that the Trailblazer saw him there.
I think it definitely spotted TenZ in that corner.
Spike dropped.
I think almost for sure. So Derek's actually backing up and gonna flash back into mid. Feints that they're still pushing up into Mail. And walk back over towards A. Again, another cage coming through. This time it hits.
Zek and Pancata both close by.
I mean, everybody's rotating actually. Sentinels has got the read. I think they just re-walled mid. Sausage just used it after that flash came through from Derek.
And because of that, they have confidence to invest their resources on this side of the map. If they go back up to heaven, it's all going to be on the op, but the cage, the camera was so good to break crosshair. Now the Cosmic Divine, Sausage waiting on the other side, and they flood through.
30 seconds left.
Once again, not able to hold the line.
Blinded.
Good flash from Zek, and they're actually potentially going through B. They have barely enough time here. Def's hiding behind his astral. It's gonna fall. He hears them right now.
He's got to get a lot. He's just got to provide time. He's just got to buy just enough time to keep them back. Wise to it. Playing the clock. Gets one. Is that going to be enough? No, the spike should be able to get planted. Derek, what shot was that? What?
There's no way. I thought for sure Pancata swinging around that corner is gonna easily clean him up. That dude put the quick mag switch on.
Oh, and surely we see that again, yeah.
All of a sudden, 100 Thieves is back in this game. That pivot late.
Enemy remaining.
Dude, so well played by Stellar there. Again, it was the cam on the opposite side of the wall. Has to swing over with the op to clear that out. And then they just flood him there. It's those little nuanced things that's what broke crosshair placement. That's what allowed them to take that space.
And interestingly enough, with this double duelist comp, definitely feel like you should have, sorry, actually, no double duelists on the map. I'm thinking just like in general how it's in the meta and how it's kind of shifted the win rates of defense side versus attack side. I'm actually thinking the double controller from Sentinel should still be laning defensive sided, especially against this comp out from 100 Thieves. So from this point on, like, after they call this timeout, they've got to start cleaning it up. They've got to start, especially with the advantages that they're gaining. Strategically, it feels like they're definitely winning the battle. But 100 Thieves is barreling through them when it matters.
And that's gotten us to this 4-4. Light armor across the board for Sentinels here.
And Pancato's got his ult. I'm looking to see, his orb is actually still on A main, so he's gonna ult in mid here.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, very common here on split. And this is good against 100 Thieves and what they're doing, countering this specifically. There are tools for 100 Thieves to get through this. They're even dogging fast. Asna's getting right up in it. But the slow combo as well. He's pushed out of this maybe with this nade.
I mean, they just bully him through.
Oh, Asna's so low. The K is bringing him all the way down to 1 HP. Can he get through into Mail?
He's got a little bit of help here, and then you saw Saucy drops the wall on the other side of it, is able to get up top, get a kill onto Cryo.
I mean, they've broken through the ults.
There.
But so many of the players are low right now. If they can, I mean, they're kind of pinched and isolated from the rest of their team right now.
Under the veil.
Pancado, oh my goodness.
Whoa. He's finds one in the spray on the second. I mean, the pit ended up being insane. We thought he was just going to get bullied right out of it, but he's able to dance in and out of it long enough to keep it up and gets 2 kills in it.
Yeah, the counter utility out from both sides there. The nade going into ropes, pushing Pancado down. He's scared to go back up the rope. The slow from Saucy to actually delay them so that he can't do that.
Very well done by Sentinels.
But, I mean, a pure counter to what 100 Thieves is trying to accomplish there. I think 100 Thieves even did understand that that pit was going to be used in mid. That's why you saw them go for that fast approach rather than a much, more coordinated flash through ropes type of beat.
Killed.
Yeah, those are the best when you just spray into the void and rewarded with a kill.
It looks so crazy, but it's just because he's low from the pit. Asno's like 20 HP.
Yeah.
So you commonly see that in those Viper ults. And we do switch, again, I'm really fascinated how Pancato's deciding to switch his orbs over and over and over. It's like there's 2 gears to the double controller setup that Sentinels is playing. And for good reason, 100 Thieves trying to abuse this mid. It's just not happening.
Oh, it's just so hard. You got the wall and then the orb, and then once that's out, you've got an astral smoke you have to deal with.
What is this wall here from 100 Thieves? It's actually walling them from getting into sight. They have to go around the pillar.
They're intentionally wanting to take this fight. But the thing is, they're going to have to deal with spawn, too. The first one good, the second traded right back.
Spike down B.
And the thing is, timing on Heaven is going to be everything here.
Spike's fallen in the open right now underneath Heaven. And that smoke faded on top Heaven as well, so there's room here from Zekin.
Just a warning shot.
You are divided.
Now the Cosmic Divide, but you've still got Yusuf Austin on the other side, yeah!
Last player standing.
100 Thieves with an excellent response. And again, an unconventional approach.
He's considering it.
Dude, you can tell 100 Thieves, they have come into this series, into this first week of the American split with just different stuff prepared. Like unconventional things. We talk so much about the double pinch on the sudden side and fracture. Now we see that plan attempt that's, I mean, how often do you see that?
Yeah, I've seen that idea maybe one time. And that was a full, actually, billboard wall off, so even that just intricacy on how they're using the wall is interesting enough.
Right back into the action. 100 Thieves with 2 ults to their name. Op still in the hands of Tens.
I think the creativeness of 100 Thieves is definitely on display at Lock-In as well, with the Omen on Icebox. So many of these ridiculous shot from Tens. There is the res from Cryo, so this isn't that big of a deal. But it does allow Tens to kind of reposition. Trailblazer doesn't spot him, but they don't know now. So with the control that actually Zekin has on top of ramp as well, the fact that these cages haven't been popped from from Stellar, excuse me. Awesome to continue to roam around, see where he can get a free pick.
Cage I've got your trail.
Zekin hears all of that right now. He heard both of those players running up. So I think he's kind of should be aware, but no, he's falling all the way back. The rotate has been called.
Dude, they're taking the bait. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Austin uses his showstopper to get on site. The wall goes up. And they, I mean, they have full control.
Yeah, but look at Stellar as well. He's not done with this A-hit. What?
Def is.
How does that kill him? He's on stairs. What?
Derek spotted too by the Trailblazer. Has to back up a bit. but you have to, I mean, you can't just forget about him there.
I mean, Asuna, or Derek as well is, yeah, you're right. In that, Stellar too, they've got a double flank on this.
Yeah, you've got to.
Oh, wait, they're losing players on site like flies.
They're still gonna have to turn around and deal with Derek. They can't forget about him there. And it's actually Tens who's able to keep him back to hold the line. 3 on the round. Stellar, the last one up.
It's not even really planned for him, and now Tens knows. I mean, you saw 2 big possible win conditions there, and neither of them come to fruition, and both of them are because of Tens.
Last round in the half.
The game sense to actually watch for Derek is ridiculous. Force the res out, continue to hold them. That's a nasty shot from Bang.
Dude, the first 2 from Tens were just nuts. Still has the op, 12 and 7. Has blades to work with this round too. Last round of the half. And the buy is, I mean, it's a bit hobbled together. A Bulldog for Cryo and a timeout called.
Under Thieves taking the last opportunity here to get this 6-6, which would be an insane half. A very good half. And I think all the reads, especially out of timeouts, have been really good. I think specifically about that Pancata ult round in mid, even though that didn't go their way. They're understanding the ideas and possibilities that are out there for the opposition.
Just so much depth in situations like this. But again, as you were saying, feeling the importance of the final round of the half, a 6-6 would be amazing, given what we've seen in the last 12 rounds.
When Sentinels have been winning the rounds, it's definitely been clean. I mean, on both sides. It's not like we're in a scrappy game. Scrappy like Fracture, definitely miles away from that. Back into it. All players grouped here from 100 Thieves over towards this A side.
It's interesting because they don't have a showstopper. They don't have a ton of that stuff. We'll see if they have like a gravel combo or something like that to go fast, but.
One of the things was that we've actually had Zekin and Pekata trying to hold ramp.
Dude, they're just full clearing. They're just fully going here.
I mean, we've seen this before. The wall over towards ropes. Full clearing to heaven. Tens is here, though.
Got the op still. He's hit some nasty flicks so far. Can he find another? The first peak, Cryo falls. And now the blade's online, but Stellar plucks him out of the sky. 4v3 here, Asuna weak. Saucy waiting. He's tucked away. And that wall almost hurts him at this point.
Oh, that saw him for sure. Can he get out? It's the next question. The next step.
Yeah.
He does. Maintains the 4v3.
There's nothing but time to suggest that they would have rotated off, and with the jumping and everything like that, you can hear there's still presence on A. But even with that, Def being patient, rotating away, Saucy gets the first onto Stellar. Now the wall's been cleared, they can flip over, and Def, excuse me, is ahead of the play if that's what they end up doing. They're just so heavily outnumbered.
Last player standing.
Yeah, Asuna falls.
These 1v1s that are happening are all going Sentinel's way, so clean to finish this out. Bring back up Tens to make it a 5v1.
Like it wasn't hard enough already. Yeah. An attempt was made, a noble one at that, but just so difficult, even on the outside of the timeout.
Switching sides.
Sentinel's able to clean things up. We'll take a look at that one more time.
The amount of flexibility you lose when you lose Bang through a smoke like that is so high, so difficult to deal with.
Oh, absolutely. And again, it was a duo of Zekin and Tens getting kills right off the bat, opposite sides of the map. Very difficult to deal with. We're actually going to throw it down to Smix standing by for an interview. Smix, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Excited to stand here with Tarek and Nadeshot. I know historically you two are good buddies, but right now, that is definitely not the case. Not the case. I know you must be super stressed out, and we have a mini microphone here for you. What's going through your head right now, Nadeshot?
We're working out the kinks. 7-5, Sentinels looking good. I don't know. It's going to be a tough offense for us, or defense. Gotta win a pistol round.
Yeah, no, Matt's been going through it next to me. He's, you know, watching his team play, so it's been kind of fun to be comforting for him, but also be cheering for Sentinels. You know, I don't want to kick him while he's down, so I am hoping for the best. I'm hoping for a 2-1 close series, Sen City, though.
You know, this is kind of weird for me, Tarek, because word on the street is that you're a massive jinx whenever you do these watch parties.
Yeah, the jinx thing is a problem, and a lot of people do believe it. But hopefully today it doesn't come into effect. Just a close series is what I want, and I think Matt as well. But you know, hopefully the boys turn up the second half. What do you think, Matt, is gonna happen?
I mean, brother, we got Asuna Rays. I'm ready to see something, brother. We got one ult kill on that side. That was great. I think the boys are gonna lock in. Usually we're pretty good on pistol round. I think they're getting settled in. I haven't seen us play split in a long time, so I don't know what to expect on defense, but at least the games are close. I would have liked OT on Fracture. I think that would have set it off a little bit for the first match, North America.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping the boys can pull this one out. We get a game 3 and have some more fun up here.
Absolutely. I think all the fans here would absolutely love to see a game 3 as well. Tarek, we have just a couple of seconds left. Any last words for everyone watching right now?
Go Valorant. Let's go, baby. Let's get hype in the chat. Big second half coming. Let's get it.
Dog and Bala, back to you.
Thank you, Smix. Thank you, Smix. Yeah, there's nothing quite like a Go Valorant to unite the people, to get them fired up for what's before them. Sentinels with the 2-round lead here. Second half of split before us. 617 days since the man has played Sage. That's a long time.
At Lockett, it felt like 617 days since he's played Jet, but, you know. We're working it out for 100 Thieves. Definitely a lot of role ideas here. And like Nadeshot said, Asuna and Rays on defense, he could be a beast. He's that guy who could take over. It's been a long time, though, with the flexibility that the prior roster had.
Yeah, be careful here on how they choose to play this. If they try to wall up with him, oh no, he's backed up. They've left Cryo alone. I thought he was going to have help, but he's going to be overwhelmed.
Derek in the back line, though, is able to trade that. He's actually watching for that as well.
Here.
I thought he was going to stay close, but you're right. Plays behind the box. Able to get the kill and then stay alive.
And none of that control up in A Heaven taking it all. You can see this is classic X-Set. This is classic Def calling here with the wall covering up deep in towards Heaven.
Really intended to allow you to burst out onto the site. Not as defaulty as the diagonal one. We'll see if that one makes an appearance, but for now, just a slight pause, momentary, but a pause nonetheless. The Sentinels wait for utility to come back up and decide how they want to play the rest of this round.
Can't use this yet. Healing.
30 seconds left.
All that waiting for the heal to come back up has actually lost so much time right now.
Yeah.
Creeping up in Heaven.
It's silent. You can tell 100 Thieves don't believe that there's been a rotation. They're just able to stay here.
Look at the flank coming in from Stellar, though. 15 seconds. They should be able to get on site. I'm looking at Pancata. If he goes down, that's a major loss.
Stellar's timing here is everything. He's tucked behind the wall.
No, no.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. The spike planted just in the nick of time. Pancata not able to find another.
But they did have to spend that time clearing him. You've actually gotten Def all the way up in towards screens there.
Asuna weak. Saucy and Def trying to keep this round up. Saucy creeping around. Oh my gosh, Asuna lands a shot. He hits 50 HP and he gets both.
I mean, you heard it from the man himself, the owner. 100 Thieves said, usually we're pretty good on pistols, and that's a clean one. I love how they actually handled that wall up from Sentinels there. When Saucy threw that wall up, they had all 5 players jumping over it. Cryo gets one, he should there, with the classic right click up close. But Derek as well, playing all the way back behind that little flower pot box. And then Asuna too, just clean as they let him get on the site.
How does he get both? 100 Thieves with 2 rifles, 2 Phantoms, and then 3 Spectres, excuse me. A couple of early shots fired off. The nade gonna push him back. And just like that, garage control established. And even if they give it up, now it's on Sentinels to have to reinvest utility to clear that space. And it's not like they have a ton to begin with on this broken buy. This is actually so well played from 100 Thieves because there's the utility. to clear out garage. Then you have a wall now you're gonna have to deal with too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so hard to split into B.
I mean, you saw the creativeness that they handled the anti-ecos with on Fracture. Here it's just solid. Solid play all through.
Pulling them in.
Spike's not even on this side right now. Sentinel's just looking for picks.
Cryo seeing if the gravity well caught anyone. Wise to the fact that there's one close by. Bang gets 2 on the round. Cleans things up. And they are, it does look like they're going to be able to end up B. They have 2 sheriffs. First flash through. The second falling, and the spike is pretty far behind.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, Banka's got to have so many angles to clear as soon as he pops out of the smoke, assuming that's what he
30
chooses to
seconds
do.
left.
Couple seconds still left on it. Yeah. That's tough. Good reposition from Asuna there. Zuckin had an opportunity there. When he flashed out of that smoke, he got around the pillar. I didn't think that Sentinels or 100 Thieves was actually going to fully consider that he could have been out once he slowed down and started walking. Where he came out of spawn there, handled it really, really easily. And we're all tied up. That's what I was saying. I think even the half that we got from 100 Thieves, super clean. And on the attack side of Split, when you're facing a double controller comp, that was more than enough.
It's actually really impressive, you're right, that they've gotten to this point, not just because of compositions or everything, but at halftime, there wasn't a single member on the side of 100 Thieves who had more kills than deaths. For them to be in this fight is a testament to how well they've played the map, how well they've played individual situations.
Oh, Cryo is so concerned right now about players coming in through ropes because of that early B aggression that 100 Thieves went for. And he's gonna have to wall off top of ramp because of it.
Cage trigger. So many trips. Yeah, you hit the first. There's a second one.
Oh, that nade! Is there gravel? No.
Oh, look at Tens. Cheeky spot. Gets up top. I don't think they're expecting him there.
Spike
There's an
down
ult here,
A.
gonna clear out the other position. Asuna goes for another one.
4v2 here. 100 Thieves still okay here. They're still cozy. They still have control of the round. And Pagao, way too much to do.
Here. Right there.
Again, such an impressive performance out of 100 Thieves. Have the lead at this point.
Things definitely working out for them here. On this defense side too, it's really starting to look like they're getting the team play really under control. Another spam kill. That's what gets him the ult. That's why he pops out. They'll go 2 for 1 on that. Asuna Reyes is delivering. This is what I was saying on defense too. It's definitely where more impact can be had. You're not just using the nade as a resource during an execute. You're using it when you know where the players are coming from. Good denial there from Sentinels. On this eco, they shouldn't have that much utility, but they are able to use a slow and a stun. But 100 Thieves responds and pushes them back.
And gets the orb. Another one for Asuna.
You talk about, like, on rounds like this, when the economy is different on both sides, when it's very low buy for Sentinels, any forced utility out from them is hurting. You don't have as many resources as the full buy on 100 Thieves. Well, speaking of that, they've actually invested quite a lot of utilities. Zekin still has his Trailblazer, 2 flashes. The thing that's missing here is actually stars from Def. Wondering if they're recalled cycled right now.
Camera cleared out. Stellar waiting close by. Reinforcements and backup by the name of Stellar. Or Derek, excuse me. He's just waiting, and he hears all of that. But he's patient. The leader of 100 Thieves. Playing this so well.
30 seconds
Def falls,
left.
and he doesn't even swing the gravity well. Again, patience out of Stellar. Now he swings out. He's able to get one. The spike falls, but...
He's updrafted.
I mean, those Sheriff from Sentinels are keeping things close. It's a 3v3 here. 13 seconds left, and the spike is just now making its way out onto the site. You've got Tens who's trying to push the pace, continue to press the matter. Are they going to have time to get it down?
Blocking sight.
Yep.
Is there anything to interrupt?
Remaining.
How have they gotten into this? It's a 1v1. Saucy's weak, and he lands that shot!
That mid-round was handled so well from Sentinels.
We are fighters.
With just the Sheriffs, those things are still so dangerous, no matter what iteration of this team you have. That wall as well from Saucy up late, where they're all falling away. 10's updrafting here, getting a kill. If he doesn't get that wall off, they don't get it to sight. They don't get there.
Unreal from Saucy. And that gets us at 8 apiece.
And Sentinels have full shifted towards that more diagonal wall that you were pointing out was a possibility, so they can threaten these lurks. Right away, you see 100 Thieves trying to get a camera up above this wall and re-clearing so much, bringing the heat towards Pancata. He gets stunned.
They're going hunting. This is a dangerous game you're playing. You don't know if anyone else is there, but they commit to it anyway, and they're rewarded for their pursuits. Oh, that's gonna spot so much! Holy smokes, Austin against 2, not able to get the third, but the damage has been done. You still haven't cleared out Bang on side either.
But these Seekers are actually trolling right now. 10's almost got all the way up in spawn. They were so confused about where he was coming from.
Oh, but I mean, look at where the spike just died. How does Saucy get through that? The transfer not able to secure the second. 100 Thieves take the lead back.
Quick response right away. The fact that Pancata goes down actually when he gets away there. That one definitely hurts, but great on 100 Thieves to recognize, okay, you shifted in this, you're gonna threaten the lurk. That means if we take the fight to you, you're gonna be a lot closer than if you were just watching for a push from us.
Dude, that neural theft. So huge to allow us to get those.
The fact that he's hiding in that smoke entirely.
Yeah. Oh, and then also Sentinels pushing a smoke when they're being tagged by neural theft.
That wasn't great. Control on the top of the ramp. They've swapped the wall over towards B instead. And the orb as well.
Cheeky wall, but look at how much mid control 100 Thieves have.
No, he's gonna up. Oh. Thing is, he's not ever gonna be able to actually challenge Derek there fast enough.
Yeah.
Because he's all the way behind that wall.
Just not enough there. 10 swings out.
Slow in the satchel as well, keeping them way far back. They can't even cross up to take the fight towards Derek.
Pancata's on an island here too. I don't know how they're gonna do this.
I think right now with the Reds coming in, with the wall going in as well, they just invested their Astral Wall as well. 100 Thieves fully thinks that this is going to be an A hit, and it might very well be, but look at Pancata all the way on the other side of the map.
Bang is waiting for it though. Slowly creeping away. The timing on that's going to be huge. Meanwhile, Sentinels find 2 massive kills on the site. Now Seekers to work with 2. They're going to go back to E.
Oh wait, look at this smoke here from Bang.
Well, the wall's gone. This is big. 2 massive kills from Sentinels again.
Just ripped them apart. Both of these rounds where the pivot is coming in through spawn to B from either of these teams has worked out. And we're staying stuck to each other. 9-9 as Stellar falls. Identical in the closeness from Fracture.
You really see, and that's one of the things I love about this map is you see all the mid-rounding on Split just provides some of the best moments.
Mm-hmm. The map control that is possible is so cool. I mean, you saw from 100 Thieves on their attack side, the fact that they're taking deep A heaven control so often, you saw it represented there as well from Sentinels. So timeout from 100 Thieves, get things back under control, understand the different variations that you have that Sentinels is bringing out against you. And start to get these anchors rolling. I think there Stellar gets ultimate pressure on him. That is so difficult to contain. Consistently coming up through heaven, where he's playing on site, or at least trying to hold on. You really don't have many options there. You have to rely on your teammates to be rotating through heaven.
Right.
And I think especially after they get that first kill on a 10s, who's playing outside of that smoke, they really did not understand, again, the ideas that Sentinels have with that res alive. And how much that wall is going to contribute to be able to get it back up. You see them scramble to actually rotate back onto the site. With the Astral Wall as well invested. 2 Buckies here from 100 Thieves. That It's split. Hey, it's split. Those can do some work.
Again, the aggressive Viper wall on A to suggest a hard hit. As you see how they're set up on the minimap, there's no intention of that, at least yet.
It's interesting that no util thrown back from 100 Thieves there. When there was that slow last time, there was a slow on the other side too. And a smoke trying to hold on to B main.
I have this fight.
So we got the double wall out. All on to Stellar right here. He's got the bucket of the smoke.
Now they know what's waiting on the other side of the gravity world there. And you see Tench try to get aggressive and take some space, but it is the Bucky and the showstopper from Asuna. They're still trying to dance around the walls that they've set for themselves. Second establishing some heaven control, but there are so many members on the other side. Asuna with 3. Sassy once again left to be a hero. Much more difficult situation here. 37 HP. The spam through, clip running dry, and he's surrounded. Done and dusted. A thrifty round win for 100 Thieves as they take the lead back.
And it's the Bucky that does it too.
You teed it up, man.
It's ridiculous too. The fact that they don't throw util there, I think especially Sentinels is trying to say, okay, hey, we're defaulting here. We throw slow over towards B main. And the fact that we see like somebody spamming at least on that side, the one Vandal, by the way, in the round, spamming on that side, indicates to them, okay, let's go back towards this fast hit towards A. You call out the wall. Definitely in the past, hasn't necessarily been a tell, but so far in this game, that wall definitely leading towards the other side. Oh, slow missed. They're just chasing him down.
They still want to go.
And we've seen this before. Pancada last time had to fall through sewers, and that's what ultimately costed him. This time he falls much deeper.
Yeah, this defensive aggression is becoming a trademark of 100 Thieves. Again, we saw it on Fracture a ton. We see it now here on Split.
I think especially when you see Asuna on Raze, that is part of his comfort. All right, playing aggressive.
Yeah, Asuna go kill.
Using his movement to his advantage. Using the hectic situations and his shaky aim, which is a trademark of his that makes it look so good. Honestly, the story on this game has shifted from Cryo versus Tens to Asuna leading the way. He was top fragging on Fracture as well. And waiting here, close to this trip, ready to pounce on A side. Saucy with a wall. He might be very crucial to a spawn pinch. Oh, he made
30
noise.
seconds left.
They're gonna go anyway. Pancada close by. He has the Viper's pit too. But they don't clear Derek. They still haven't cleared Derek. Austin is able to find 2. The nade there, I mean, he doesn't have to do a thing because his teammates around him are cleaning things up. But if they get past the defenses, you should be able to find so much value. Always spotted by Def.
12 seconds. Asuna can stop the cross. Oh,
not able to do so. Not able to find the second. And Zekin wins him out. Now the res brings him back. 5 HP for Zekin. And Saucy gets 3. Asuna not able to do it. The 4th for him. As we're tied at 10.
he is absolutely insane.
He's been a monster.
The guy's just different. 21 and 12 on Sage. And it's been moments like that too. Multi-kills from Saucy. This is absurd.
So steady, man.
Gets the position as well during the reload. He's comfortable here in LA. Very comfortable.
Here.
Viper's pit still to work with for Pancada. Note here, Asuna 1 point away from the showstopper too.
He's already gotten, what, 2 on this half?
I believe so, yeah.
Each time he's getting a kill. It's a stark difference from Cryo's Raze at lock-in where there was like not a single showstopper kill.
It's interesting here. I wondered if they would try to set up Asuna to get this orb. And I thought they'd do it quickly, but...
Late round is fine too.
Yeah.
In fact, it's even harder to really anticipate how it's going to be used. Now you're panicking and thinking, okay, how do we do this? The answer's good here from Sentinels. Go fast back towards A. We know Asuna's on the other side of the map.
No more.
Yeah, but he's running over there as well. Timing here is going to be big. Pancada not able to find anything. And there it is. The showstopper, the smoke right there! Tench tries dashing away, not able to do so.
Orb up. He's gonna get 1, if he gets 1 kill, or picks up this orb, he can go for the res and they can go for the hit still. I wonder if 100 Thieves has considered this.
I mean, they're just so surrounded here. It's just Stellar by
30
himself.
seconds
Look where
left.
the rest of 100 Thieves are.
There it is. There it is. He has the spike though, so they wanted to plant as well. He doesn't really have the room right now.
Yeah, do you get the spike down? Do you bring a teammate back?
And that wall is not going to be actually able to be used for him to get off site. This res is not going to be used. It's not a factor.
Second has to find a lot here. Flash soaring by. The spam through and he lands one on Austin. It gets away, preserves his life. Dueling flashes and Derek wins that one out. Now a 3v2 here. Both remaining members of Sentinels on the side trying to hold the line, and Def! The flick is clean, but Cryos is cleaner!
It has become the battle of sages here, Cryo. 2 kills, 2 massive kills. 100 Thieves maintain the lead. This is where it all went wrong on Fracture. Massive economic swing round. Remember those 2 kills that Sentinels got late in that to clean up the saved weapons. And it's a honestly similar situation here. But it's all or nothing here. Sentinels got a little bit of a bank. They're going for light armor. Look at this. 2 players have more than enough money to go for full armor, but making sure they can buy next round.
Yeah, we're getting to crunch time.
Poison orb emitting.
Pancata hasn't found a way to find this Viper's Pit. You mentioned it last round. He's had it for like 3 now. Last time he got picked off early, and you can see he's not interested on threatening this lurk anymore. 100 Thieves has had full control of that ability. Tent is known to walk through slows. I mean, I could definitely see it coming.
Oh, that nade's gonna be good. That's gonna hurt, man. Healed up though. As the second slow delays things longer.
Derek just threw a flash all the way up towards top ramp, clearing that space. So they're not really concerned about a super flank from Pancata. But this late wall from Cryo right now. They're considering walling up, but instead going to go for breaking it. And remember, you've gotten 2 slows out already. You've gotten the nade out, so they're happy to continue to push this.
Asuna just satcheled back over to be as quickly as he could. He's now on the scene. And can he find the value? No! It was just rushing to his death. 5v3 here. First Sentinels. The flash in the face of Cryo. Not able to find any value. Saucy with the plant.
What a dash for Tens to find that second kill there. 5v3, and they're still not even investing this pit.
Welcome
There it comes.
my world.
Little did they know there was no attempt, or there was really no intention for 100 Thieves to try to retake anyway.
You're
they
right.
had cut for the save moments before he had invested it.
With no sound being called right now at all. I wonder if they start chasing. The more time goes off, the more likely all these guns are going to be saved. And it's going to be such a difference. I mean, we saw in Fracture how much that hurt when 100 Thieves lost all these weapons. Lost them the game. We're in identical scenarios. There's no chasing here. So 3 weapons this time. 100 Thieves has 2 rounds to play with the economy.
See what kind of ults they have to work with. Def is going to have his Cosmic Divide too, but I want to look at this, one more time.
This dash, this is what I was talking
The dash was so good.
They got a stun from the sky there that allows Tens to actually follow up on that. That's massive.
Yeah, all smiles from Zekin too. You can tell he set him up.
I mean, they're having fun. They're on the verge of 2-0 here in opening day.
Same Viper setup we've seen the last few rounds. The orb, the wall, and the threat, really. Now note, in the last round, Derek invested almost all of his utility in making sure that there was no push-up, and there we just saw a flash from him again.
The reclearing mid from 100 Thieves, dogging through. Let's see what Def finds.
Do they take space? Do they follow the dog?
I mean, they're peeking it. Sentinel's still not making any noise. They've got an Astral Wall here that could definitely get them on site. I mean, all grouped up here. Def's gonna send it.
You are divided.
Stun, the dash,
The nade missed.
Trailblazer.
The nade was in the slow that could have caught 3 people. but it missed.
Tens, how cheeky do you get here? Gorgeous.
Great flash for him, too.
And you can tell the synergy between those two is just so on point right now. Saucy finding one, too. Dude, these two duos of Sentinels, they're terrifying. That was a little scary, too. Turns out Derek can do a bit of his own. Second on the swing. He's just spammed open. He gets a second. Derek's so weak here.
Found one. Here.
I mean, what do you do? Nothing. Nothing you can do.
Second just headshot it with a classic through the smoke.
Everything just seems to be coming in pairs.
Said it was a day of first. Maybe it's a day of duos,
Spike planted.
of pairs.
Derek finding two. Zek in there with an excellent response.
Right clicks on the spam. He knew it was low HP too.
It's going to require overtime if we want to get to a SEN. And the buy for 100 Thieves is not great.
This is not great from 100 Thieves. They almost delayed the inevitable by saving those weapons. At least they got a Bulldog. At least they got one Vandal. Still have the res, and the ults are cascading for Sentinels over and over. They just have one that's going to be so huge.
I've got your trail.
Yeah. The thing is, they just have to survive one round.
Concealment.
And all of that resets. Meanwhile, Sentinels looking to put him away right now. What can Derek do to hold the line? You've got Bane close by, but he's been stunned. He needs help.
This is long range.
Is he going to provide? Is he going to survive? He does! The Stinger finds value. Derek's close by, but can Sentinel snatch around back? 3v2, the Blades looking for a target, looking for value, and it's down low. The second almost falls, but it's no good. Overtime on the cards.
Switching
This
sides.
match is delivering
Overtime.
so hard. Saucy with magic. Derek with magic.
Dude, and the value that Bang finds here, again, behind the box, they know where he is.
Yeah.
He is a Stinger, man. Huge plays from him.
And Tens as well following up, trying to just punish Derek in backside. You can tell they're starting to really feel this energy of the arena here. Starting to feel the situation they're in, bringing it back to overtime. Starting to get comfortable on stage. No matter what opening day, you're going to have a little bit of jitters.
Hawk out.
Both teams settling in. You see the satchel over the gravity wall, and he still gets a kill onto Tens. Hey, that's Austin on Rays, yeah. You see why?
It's very nice to watch. They're gonna re-clear though. They're gonna re-clear and find him. He's gone out of the equation. Heals back up as well. By a second, look at the push from Def. Stellar looks like he kind of understands that it's a possibility. But it's crazy too because he should be the B anchor. They've walled him over. He's walking into Def!
He finds nothing. And now the wall cleared out. The threat of pushing through mail back on the table. But it's all going to be a hit onto B. Derek lagging behind just a little bit, and you imagine he's going to push in through heaven. Meanwhile, the rest of his team funnels out of garage. Zach can try and hold the line. One traded back for another. Can Saucy find any value? Can he find the timing? He's creeping forward. He's got it. But Cryo now wise to it.
30 seconds left.
And Derek, again, in heaven. But Saucy's in heaven as well. Can Pancala get this 1v2? That Molly should connect.
Spike planted.
Yeah, Bang takes some damage, but the spike's still planted. Pancala playing up top in heaven. They're swinging both at the same time, and oh my gosh, I thought he was gonna hit it. But Cryo saves the day.
Switching sides.
That adjustment was
Match
there from
point.
Pancata. That was very close.
Dude, I thought he was good for it.
Blocking vision.
This was it right here. Def had an opportunity. It's insane that they understood the situation
Do
there.
not fight.
The fact that, yeah, somebody could have been through mid with the wall. I'm wondering if maybe he made a step and Stellar was able to hear him earlier in the round.
Yeah, because as you were just saying, it was Stellar who was just there, and he had just left that space. He had just turned away from it.
Well, don't forget, too, there was nobody on B. It was Def. That was the guy who was the anchor. They rotated all towards A because of that early satchel push from Asuna. trying to
Oh, it is so good to have a full arena here, is it not? I mean, come on. And what a treat has been gifted for the opening match. Overtime on the second one. The first map was close. It's just been so good. This roster of Sentinels really coming to form. Again, you see how the project really comes to fruition and how threatening they've been. And 100 Thieves, obviously. I mean, they can dance with the best of them.
I think the idea of them threatening is absolutely what we were all expecting in the offseason. It's like, is this going to work?
Yeah.
If it does, oh my goodness.
Yep.
Can't wait to get this answer throughout the rest of the season. Already, you think definitely a chance. The Des was touching on, they went out and won at lock-in. They played Fnatic. That was the winner.
Unlucky, really.
Unlucky, really.
Here.
Let's see it. First match point, or map point for 100 Thieves, even though this has been a very close series.
Interesting here. The orb's going to land on the other side of the stage
Oh my
wall.
goodness.
And look at that cam.
Spots him, but Austin is taking the fight to him.
It's there. Yep. Man, that's good.
That's what I was saying. The team play really coming into fruition there. 3 players involved in that one. Stellar spotting him on the feed. Derek flashing for Asuna, getting up close, and Tens just left with nothing after the initial push from him to get up there. They broke the wall earlier, so they don't have to spend any sort of information or give up any information.
No, the one thing they've given up here is time. 50 seconds left on the round.
Whoa,
Asuna with a big nade. I mean, that's all right in front of them.
They're gonna creep through. 40 seconds.
They don't have a choice, and Asuka just spam into the smoke, yeah.
3v5 to hold on.
Interesting wall.
Oh, Pancata got up.
They still have some presence backside, though. Cryo hasn't been cleared. And with 30 seconds left, I don't know that there's enough time to flip the map. That's clean, and now Showstopper online from Asuna. 3 kills on the round. Pancata trying to find something, and he does onto Stellar. Just Zekin and Pancata left.
Haven't cleared sight yet.
To try to get us to another one, and I don't know that they'll be able to. Zekin gets one, but that's all it's gonna be. 14-12 in favor of 100 Thieves. We're going the distance, Balla.
All 3 maps in what is sure to be a rivalry in the years to come. First match for the Americas League, Sentinels versus 100 Thieves. The sweetheart orgs of America, North America. And they're delivering on this stage right now. You're talking about the questions, the idea of the roster for Sentinels. Looking very threatening. But 100 Thieves was the team leading into this that looked fully fleshed out, that looked like it made sense. And here they are responding. Absolutely in kind. A great understanding on how the play split. Great first half from them. They close it out.
Again, we got to talk about how good Saucy was that map, man. Saucy saved the day for Sentinels so many times.
Yeah, he was the reason why they were really in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of the players contributed there. It was Saucy adding 2 second and 10s. Both of those guys were still on. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, that flick,
how does he do it?
I genuinely, sometimes I watch and I go, I don't know how he does that. I just don't get it.
And don't forget, 100 Thieves was in a tough economic position at the end of this regulation.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
ridiculous that they were able to hold on for that long in the first place.
I mean, that 4K from Saucy, so good. But this, I mean, Bang's, I know I talked about it earlier, but the value that Bang found there got them to that point. And again, just an excellent performance out from 100 Thieves. We've got a set on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.